Hello and welcome to Art and Wine Magazine. I'm Brandy Marie and this is Dorothy Schuler and we're at Bodegas Paso Robles. Dorothy?
Hi.
Hello.
So glad you're here.
Oh, thank you for having me, and I have so many questions. I don't know where to start other than tell me about your wines.
Spanish and Portuguese varietals only.
Whoa. You're blowing me away already. What?
I was the first in town to concentrate on using only Spanish and Portuguese varietals. Other people had done like a Tempranillo, like Casturo planted a little Tempranillo a long time ago, but pretty much I was the one. When I started, you could not even get Tempranillo grapes in this area.
Wow.
So I had to go up to San Benito County to get them. And then in 2004, I finally bought some grapes in the Paso Robles AVA.
Wow. So how long have you been at this tasting room location or in Paso Robles in general?
Winery started in 2002, and we've been here now 10 long years.
10 long years, meaning it's a labor of love.
Right, but it doesn't seem like it's 10 years.
Aww. Tell us about your process of making wine then.
It's traditional. I'm kind of making wine the way people have been making it for hundreds of years at least, if not thousands. I don't add a whole lot of nutrients. There's not much I do to it. I do adjust things sometimes, but I use the traditional process.
Do you step on the grapes?
I have in the past when I only got I remember the first time I got the Stardo, I had to beg for 500 pounds, literally beg.
Oh,
and so they came in this little bit and I had 500 pounds. And the best way to do it was to ferment it in the small bit that it came in. So
you had to crush it with your feet.
I stomped it.
Oh, I love those kind of stories.
It was just the best way to do it.
It is, yes. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to do that myself. So tell me, how many wines do you carry in your wine tasting room?
Right now, I think we have about 8 or 10. Sometimes we've had up to 17, but I've really backed off. That's too many.
Okay.
It's just too many. And I've concentrated on the ones that I know sell.
That's
and
smart,
the ones
woman.
that I can consistently get the grapes for.
You're a smart woman.
So
I'm doing it right in Paso Robles. I love that. I love this area. I love wine country up here. I love your label. Can you tell me about your label?
Label. Well, when I first started, there was only one guy in town who did labels. So I said, okay, I'll go see him. And I met with him, and he said, okay, well, winemakers don't know anything about art. And I said, check. I did used to work at the LA County Museum of Art. Number 2, winemakers can't make up their wines about anything that's not wine related. I said, check. I'm known for my decision-making capabilities. 3, that'll be $10,000. And I said, So I called up a friend, and I sent him some barrel samples, and he sent me back 3 different faces. And I picked this one. The original's up there on the wall.
That's amazing. I love that story.
And then we went from there.
And you have art everywhere here. I can't wait to show off your beautiful art. And he's the original artist who created all of these labels.
Yeah,
and
he created the face, Carabella, beautiful
Carabella,
face.
how pretty.
He's primarily a sculptor, but so many people ask about the artwork that I just recently, about 3 weeks ago, moved in some artwork from my house that was done by him.
That's
so
wonderful.
That when people ask, they could see.
That's wonderful. And Art and Wine Magazine loves that because we love art and wine. Can you tell me this beautiful wine that I'm smelling?
Albarino?
It's decadent, by the way, and no plug intended, but I'll plug it. So what?
Oysters. Have that with some oysters. Go and have that with some oysters. You'll be really blown away. Albarino, we now have 38 Albarino producers in the Central Coast.
Oh.
We have the largest concentration of Albarino producers in the country here.
How?
We also probably have the largest Albarino vineyard in the country down in Edna Valley.
Oh, my other favorites. Edna.
I buy my grapes down in Edna Valley.
I love that.
It was probably the second Albarino vineyard planted in the country by a guy named Alan Kinney.
Nice.
And he taught me how to make Albarino.
Nice. I love how you're a woman using your friends and your connections and getting all this wine out in Paso. And where else can you buy this wine? Is it international?
No, I don't make enough. Oh,
okay.
Though we are distributed in Canada.
Well, One for the Canada people, Canadians.
Vancouver.
I have friends there, so I love Canada. That is
Me too.
good. Can you name all your wines?
Well, let's see what we have for sale now. We have the Albarino, which is called Galicia, named after the region in Spain where this grape is native to. It's up in the northwest corner up there on top of Portugal. Then we have a rosé made with Monastrell and Garnacha, which are the names for Mourvèdre and Grenache in Spanish. Those grapes are native to Spain, not to France. What's next? Viva Yo.
Viva Yo.
Our perennial crowd pleaser. I call it my workhorse wine. Heather Gray. She calls it, what do you call it, Heather? Oh, our flagship wine.
Ooh, flagship. That's
Difference between winemaker and marketing and sales.
Hey,
right?
she's a good
that's
girl.
all in a nutshell there. Viva Yo, then we go to the Azul, and that blend changes from time to time, but this one is Graciano and Tempranillo.
Nice.
Graciano, you didn't used to be able to find any in Paso, but now we've got a whole lot of new plantings of Graciano.
Nice.
So it's used to be, well, it still is a rare grape. It's from the Rioja, Spain.
Wow.
So, and then we move on from there to what's next? Pimentero, my own blend. It's Bastardo, and Bastardo, an unusual grape. It's Portuguese. And the first time I got a small quantity, but the next time I got like a few bins, and it came in, got off the truck, and the guy said, "Dorothy, what is this?" And you could smell
it.
the black pepper and the white
Whoa,
pepper coming off
peppery.
of the fruit.
Ooh,
It's
we gotta
very,
try that.
very peppery. Some years it's more black than white, but it's a combination of the two many years. So I
Wow.
blend that with Tempranillo.
How beautiful.
And maybe 15 acres in the whole country of that grape.
Wow. Rare.
Vaca Negra, which is my GTM. Grenache, Tempranillo, Mourvèdre. You know, everybody in town makes a GSM, or Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre.
Now you
I
have-
make one with 3 Spanish grapes, not 2 in a French.
Nice.
So it's 3 Spanish grapes. Vaca Roja. What is the Vaca Roja this time? That's a different blend, too.
That's okay. That's
Vaca
amazing.
Roja.
I love your label.
See, red cow and black cow, because I'm a woman. This is Tempranillo and Monastrell or Mourvèdre, a 50-50 blend.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
And then you have the last one,
Trousseau. Okay, that's the name we have to use for Bastardo, according to the feds back in D.C.
Love those feds.
So, well, actually, just think, if you were in Portugal, every lot of your wine, a bottle or 2 has to be sent off to the powers that be. They taste it. Then you have to number each bottle. Now,
Whoa.
we don't have to go through any of that here.
Thank goodness.
So, now, we're not as controlled as people think we
Yeah,
are.
right? We are free, America.
Yeah, we are
Home
free,
and
America.
brave.
So-
I have a couple more questions. What would you say is the hardest part of your job?
Oh, the part Heather does, marketing and sales.
Heather's amazing.
That's why Heather is amazing.
She does the hard part.
She does the hard
She's
part.
amazing.
Yeah.
And if you could sum up the process that you do, that's so wonderfully what you do, of all these beautiful wines, what would the process be in one word?
Oh, well, not process. But,
Okay. Why you do it?
because you're connected to something that's been going on forever. It's a really grounding and wonderful experience to be involved in putting your hands in those grapes and know that people have been before you doing it. Gives you hope.
It's hope and heritage.
It gives you hope and heritage, and I really do like carrying on some of these rare grapes that I don't want to see disappear, like the Bastardo, like the Graciano.
You gave me
So-
chills. That is beautiful. So, what is the difference between a male winemaker and a female winemaker? What would you say is the distinction that sets you apart? Because I think you're pretty amazing.
You know, women have more taste buds than men, but other than that, I do think we maybe approach it a little differently. I mean, I really do, I hate to admit this, I really do sometimes talk to the fruit when it's fermenting. I don't think I've ever heard a man do that. And, you know, that's a little odd, but I'm sure I'm not the only person who's ever done that. But I definitely talk to the fruit.
I love that. I talk to my plants too, my daughters too.
Otherwise, it's a little more difficult for women only because we're underserved maybe in this. There's 8% of the winemakers in Paso are women.
That's a good fact to know.
Overall, 10% in the state. So that's not very many. So you're dealing with the same kind of issues, say if you worked in engineering, or if you worked, surprisingly, you know, if you wanted to be in the upper echelons in an art museum, those all go to men.
Absolutely.
The people who do all the lower jobs are women, but the guys make the bucks and they get the big jobs.
How is that even fair?
It's not about fair. Hopefully
It's life,
it changes.
right?
Yeah, well, you know, it's changing. They didn't used to even let women work in Europe in the winery business, and now I've met an awful lot of women over there who are winemakers, and everybody now sees the value. So things are changing, but there just aren't many of us. And we mostly know each other. That makes only like 320 women, maybe, winemakers in the country, I'm guessing.
Wow.
That's not very many.
No. That's amazing and incredible. And I just want to thank you for having us here.
You're welcome, and it was really fun speaking with you today.
Thanks. And you can find us on artandwinemagazine.com. Thank you.